Bien les miso, but alive.
I was born into slavery, deprived of any right, of any faith. I was sold, traded for labor. Forced to watch the suffering, treated like a beast of burden. With no future ahead of me, I forged my own. And I knew blood would be the price. I never looked back, never wanted to, never had to, until now.
So this is Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. I just wanted to have a little look before I erase it completely off this PS4. God, this is part of PS Plus. It's the first Assassin's Creed I've played on PS4. I played quite a few of them. 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations on PS3. Platinum the ones that I could get away with doing without popping into multiplayer. And yeah, this was part of PS Plus, so I played it. It's pretty neat. I have, however, bumped into quite a few things that really annoy me. That it crashes a fair bit, and I don't know why. I have a friend that's played it, and he has no idea why, because it's not that way on theirs. So the game's all about pirates. We're a pirate captain. This is our ship. We've upgraded it to be, well, quite a battle beast. Let's climb up here. Now the reason I don't like it as much is the controls just make it feel just ancient and just stiff and unresponsive. Some of that is because I want to do things and the game's like, nah, you got to wait for that input window, especially in fights and the rest. I'm not one that wants to particularly go, well, okay, then I'll just stop hitting buttons and wait for the timing that you expect me to, and then I'll hit buttons when I need to. It's like, that's not me. So yeah, you can see you can put your boat wherever and climb all the way to the top of it and have a look at all these lovely ports that you can go to. Can we jump into the water? Yeah, we can. So you can actually dock, which means that it will sit next to the pier, and it makes it far easier to actually get in and out of the boat. Now this is a plantation that obviously I have cleared out before, but it's now not. I don't know whether I want to do that at the moment though. This is Tortuga. Okay. I don't actually appreciate the map on this game. The way it's just... It looks like a Google Earth from so long ago that you'd tolerate. It's just not loading fully. So you've got the main city, town, whatever you want to call Port-au-Prince. Then you've got all these little small plantation or inhabitants, and then you've got another town that you can go to. As I said, I've cleared it all out. I thought I'd been there. So let's fast travel to here. What I'll probably do is replay a memory from one of the one of the menu items. Right, where did I... Okay, it's the other side of the island. Killer whale. Okay, so it's updated to forget the icon we saw. Great, okay. Well, we'll just fast travel here. I think the game suffers from it trying to go for, obviously, this West Indies vibe of small islands and ports. But it means that the density of everything that's actually in the town is too much. Yes, we've done everything. It says there are wild animals of lizards, but yeah. So you can see on this screen we've got a slave master over that way. We've got other slaves to be freed. So that's two sets of things on that side. It is impossible to run through the town without wandering into guards that are so damn close that you just constantly set off the alerts. And it's not the most pleasant place to run through either, because I find I'm constantly tripping on things. And there's no... In the earlier Assassin's Creed, you could hide in a hay bale, and the chance that they would prod it was fairly low. Now they'll run right over to where you're hidden, even if they didn't see you technically get in, like here. I've hidden this cart quite a few times, and I've had guards walk down from where those people are, all the way up to here, and prod it, with no actual sense that they could see. Just, it's frustrating. And there are snipers on all the roofs. Like, really? A small coastal town, and they're making sure that you don't climb on the roofs. It seems a bit absurd. I mean, set dressing wise, it looks kind of cool. What did I just see up in there? Okay, I thought I saw a thing, but it's just basically a leaf off that. I don't really want to be murdering anyone at the moment. But you can see how just dense, how there's so many things happening. You'd think, well, once I killed one person, the town really should be bubbling for the whole of the rest of the time I'm here. He's going to get mad at me. Yep. I should not be doing that. And on top of that, there are all these little wooden nooks and crannies that I keep bumping into when I'm trying to run places. So on the map, you've got blue dots that say, hey, you should really hide here. I'd rather not, because they'll find me if I go in those. So I'm now going to tuck in here and wait the alert out. So yeah, you can... That key there that's floating around is someone that I can pickpocket and free some slaves. Don't really want to do that at the moment, because it's incredibly tedious. Basically, an awful lot of the time I've had to run away and go in hiding for a bit. Hey animals, how you doing? I should be going here. It's on that corner. Okay. I've not played the game for a bit. The recent... nice glitching. Recent play session was literally just finishing 2 of the sync moments to 100%. Which had been hanging around for so long that I just hadn't got around to it. But I think that's the problem with Assassin's Creed. I'm fatigued by it at the moment. And I don't know if that's ever going to solve itself.
I have a few new things today.
Because most of the story for this, I just completely ignored. I didn't find it that interesting. That's not because I'm a colonialist or anything. It's just it...
Later, perhaps.
Maybe I just wanted to enjoy the mechanical side of it a bit more, and didn't sell it to me. He's constantly stumbling over everything he bumps into. And of course, you find that if you're trying to tail someone and going to pickpocket them, sometimes the missions will customize that to not allow that to happen. So the world isn't consistent in itself, which frustrated the hell out of me. What I'm actually trying to do at the moment, if you didn't realise, is I'm expecting the game to crash because I'm wandering around. And it's done that quite a lot. So much so that I do think it's going to happen pretty soon. It tends to be when I've like triggered one of the AI people to find me, and maybe it's just running into a path that it can't explore fully. You can see that. No, you can't see me.
Tu n'as aucune chance de t'enfuir. Tu ne t'en tireras pas.
You saw nothing. Now that bell icon there is... If I alert these people inside this red area, they'll run over to the bell, sound the alarm, and reinforcements will come. But they can actually just walk over there and cut the rope for the what do you call it, a dangle? For the head of the bell. But then you'd think they just need to tap it with anything that will give it, you know, a bit of weight behind it. No, I'm leaving. You don't have to get annoyed. I mean, it's neat that everyone's wandering around, but why? What are people doing here? There's literally nothing to do in this town apart from be a slave or look after slaves. And I mean, I know that's how it was for an awful lot of people back then. Slaves indeed. It's more just I'm not sure what they thought they were doing. There's a plantation just outside of town where you've got all these slaves that are obviously imprisoned, but then you've got a whole other bunch of slaves just wandering around town like they're serving people. And it's just like, well, there are only a couple of houses here. What do they think these slaves are doing all day long? Whoops. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. I did nothing. I jumped off a building. So the boat over here will let me get back to mine. Of course I cannot, for the good reason that these two are following me. Even though I did nothing to them, I jumped on their heads and they're like, well, could be a murderer. Nice big flag. So yeah, I kind of just actually wanted to moan about the state of the game more than anything. Because I've had it so unstable, it just seems underpolished. And I know it's meant to be a small title. That maybe they're just trying to experiment with, you know, how they can do like a small digital release for people that really needed their Assassin's Creed kick for the year. But if we pause it and have a look at the, I guess it's progress tracker, is it? Yeah. Not many memories, and it was mostly you're on a boat. You then basically gain intel to what's happening. Then we kill the governor, we do some more investigations, we do some plotting, we take a slave ship, and it just, yeah, it's incredibly minimal. Did I even bother looking at any of these? Apparently not. Rotation life. Yes, code. Europe. Yeah. God, Europe was shit then, especially Britain. Classes. Wait, 1692. Augustine de Font. Bastien Joseph. Is that Godin? Godin? Marquis de Fayette. Firecrackers. Maybe we'll just go out to sea and do one of the boat things. It's just there. I don't know. There's just something about Assassin's Creed at the moment that I'm just not feeling at all. Open travel to you. No, just go there. So you can see on our back we've got a sword and a gun, as well as a blow dart. Those are all items, as they call it, upgrades for a Dwale that we have because we've freed slaves, which, as it says, that's by exploring. So we found that, I think, on an island, on a beach, and they're all just specifically discovered because we've put some work in to do it. Our boat's not actually maximum because the last time I needed it, I needed to get metal, you see, and that's the 598. So if I want to fully upgrade the ship to its maximum possible, I still need to get 400 more metal, which is actually an awful lot of plundering. So, right. Look at location. No, I'm good. That's right. Let's loot this. There we go. So if we have a look, I don't really want to do a slaver fleet because that's an awful lot of. Let's just go over here. So we'll turn over there. You can see we can use our binocular to check out boats in the distance. So that has wood and fire barrels, so we don't really need wood or anything. Can I see that other boat? Yes, I can. Wood cloth heavy shot. Well, we'll go for it. So this is maximum cruising speed when we're pulled out like this. We can't do anything else but just watch in wonder and go, oh, decent. 400 we want to slow down and then arm this.
Fire! On your mark, Captain! Fire! Fire!
So what we've done there is scuttle it to a point where we can then board it. So they're throwing out their little ropes which will pull us in. So what we can do, because we're higher than it, is use this to just eliminate people on the ship. It is possibly the worst weapon they could have given you because it's driven by gravity and it's a boat that's moving. So okay, 4 of them have died by us not doing particularly well there. Let's okay, I need to get a weapon out that's not. No nice firecrackers, I don't want that either. So all you have to do there is kill a number of them before they'll surrender. So the stuff in the top right we get anyway for taking the ship, and then we have the opportunity to either get rid of our wanted level, which it's so minuscule, meh, and then that. Yeah, do we take any damage? I don't think so. Then it shows this animation like, yeah, thanks. Obviously we're sinking the ship next to it. Okay, so still... Oop, I did not mean to do that. Now this view... Oh, we're out of mortar ammo, that's why. Okay, well... The odd thing is I can now go downstairs and talk to someone down here and buy ammo on my boat. It makes no sense to me either, but, you know. This is tedious and slow as well. It's like, yeah, little animation to make sure you understand that you just bought mortar. Right, so we now have a full stash of mortars, which makes no sense. But we'll go with it. I keep pressing that button for run and it's R2. It's force of habit, my bad.
Captain's help!
Now you can see that we have this. Want to get a bit closer.
Hey! Fire! Fire! Too close! Fire! Steer away!
And you can see when we're leaving the ship, I mean, let's do this. You can drop barrels, so if it starts to chase us, we can explode them. It's not going to though, so...
Fire! Try the water!
See, there's another whale over there.
Fire! Fire! Get out of range! Fire!
There we go.
Ready to march, Captain!
Destroy the flag. Wow, okay, so we've got to go up there. Now this boat's a bit taller, so this weapon is even more useless most of the time. I don't think I've ever been able to get all 5 kills in this shot before. So we'll do the flag first. And it's like most things in... Oh. Should I say, we're just about to fall to our death. However... Right, so there's no easy way to get down. However, I did see a hook on the platform below us, so we want to not do what I just did. So this is the problem I have. I want a bit more speed in navigating. However, I don't want to obviously plunge to my death, so let's then swing over here, drop down, there we go. I'm having to wait to counter because otherwise they can interrupt me with impunity. And that's not fair. There we go. So this boat is now also taken over. Let's reset the wanted level. We don't really want anyone chasing us.
Join us or die.
And that's about it. The game is incredibly flat in the towns. So it's either stealth missions, where you have to follow someone, or an escort mission. Yes, you're just freeing slaves, which, I mean, is morally right. It's just incredibly boring. I've been to all the plantations, cleared them out of guards, and then freed them. That's what you need to do. You also have to discover these slave ships that roam around. I assume that's probably one. But, like here, it's a slave ship. And of course, in freeing the slaves, all you do is you make the Maroon hideout produce more goods or resources over time. It's basically just a mechanic for getting shit, which seems incredibly cheap to me. It's just, I think it's so samey. That's what frustrated me, that there really is the boat fighting or very basic Assassin's Creed modes for missions, and there's only 8 of them, is there? And there's nothing else to do. There are a couple of chests dotted around, but they're completely pointless. It's mostly all about freeing slaves to get resources to upgrade your ship, and of course to upgrade your ship you also need to plunder a bunch of boats. There's no... I would rather have the story driving me to do all that, and it wasn't. There was a very thin veneer of a story that was kind of a bad story anyway, on top of just they just weren't engaging mechanics. All the fighting is just a case of stand there, wait for a counter opportunity, hit counter, hit attack. That was literally it. That's all the fighting. Because if you try and go on the offensive, you can just be knocked out of it. You can get interrupted by anyone else standing nearby. There's no fair fighting. If you're surrounded by a bunch of people, yes, it will pick 1 or 2 to attack you, but you don't know which one it's going to be until they start starting the attack, and then you can't easily defend if you're already attacking someone in a different animation. So it's just really frustrating. This is a nice thing at sea. You see other boats attacking each other. But that's about it, really. Game looks decent. I just wish it was a cooler game. I have a copy of, I think it's Assassin's Creed Unity in the post. I don't know when I'm going to be playing that. I might leave it a bit because I did just play Assassin's Creed like the week before last. And I'll probably stream the main story of that, though I don't know if I'm going to be going sort of full sync or doing all the other challenges and everything else as part of that stream. Anyhow, I just wanted to stream this before I, again, removed it off the PS4. Because it's mostly done with now. I don't think I'm going to be going back to it. So it's a case of upload the save game, delete the game, completely forget it existed, and then maybe in 2040, when I'm like, I wonder what I used to have on the PS4, I'll download it again. But I hope this quick look at, or little look at Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry gave you an impression of what the game's like. Anyway, thanks for watching.